Welcome back to another episode of That Line Podcast, and we got some breaking news for real, for real. So I figured let's do a raise reaction episode. It's not gonna be me reacting to videos. It's just gonna be me reacting to probably arguably the biggest trade in NBA history involving my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks. So out the fucking blue, Nico Morrison, the GM of the Dallas Mavericks and Backdoor Rob, as I like to call him, was in cahoots and pulled off one of the biggest, if not the biggest, trades in NBA history. So to kind of break that down, Dallas Mavericks traded the Los Angeles Lakers Luka Doncic, and we gave up Anthony Davis. Um, that's kind of like the bulk of the trade, but we also got Markieff Morrison, Max Kleber, and Dallas got Max Christie and one of our, I want to say 2029 picks. And we also shipped out Jalen Hood-Schifino that we didn't even give a fucking chance to even showcase what he can do to the Utah Jazz. My first initial reaction was kind of just puzzled. I was kind of like, the fuck, like literally, like I have put in the Bleacher Report little community, like what the fuck did I just wake up to? Like, um, as you have watched throughout, my pod, like I have gone through a lot of things throughout my life. So when stuff like this happens, even in the sports realm, I still kind of like my emotions are like then they're muted. But I couldn't really make this video because I had to work in the morning, so I couldn't hurry up and make the video because shit, like I had got up and I got to get ready for work and shit like that. But throughout the day, while I was on my route, I was just thinking, my damn man, that's crazy. And like it finally hit me. I have very much delayed emotions, but kind of like breaking down the trade. Before I even get into Nico Morrison and his interview afterwards, let me just give like the business end as far as fit and how that will look for both teams, but primarily my team, the Lakers, and then the miscellaneous shit, and then I'm gonna get into um Nico Morris because I feel like he kind of needs his own lane for me to kind of discuss the thought process of this trade after I kind of talk about that. So let's look at it from not just on paper standpoint, but on floor how things will shape up. Because I don't feel like um, a lot of these networks and platforms and YouTube channels and TikTok channels are gonna give it to you like how the dotted line do. We give it to you unbiased. We give it to you real deal, Holyfield, straight no chaser. And yeah, we just go from there. We put things in proper perspective on the dotted line podcast. So as far as on paper, look at it from Lakers perspective. On paper, you have like you just got a megastar, um, a a young prodigy, like a young Neo from the Matrix. Like you got somebody who's a generational talent. He was a Hall of Famer when he got drafted in the NBA. He been a pro since he been about 15, 16, playing against grown men and I want to say Lithuania. Um, Fluent in seven different languages. Um, Seventh all time in triple doubles at the age of 25, 26. The man is as box office can get. Um, and the fact that out the blue we just ended up with him is crazy work. Like I'm excited to see how it shapes up on the floor, but on paper, you don't turn down a top three player in the league. So if I had to rank them, it'll probably be Jokic, Shea, then Luka, probably Tatum, and then Giannis. And then you can make the argument for like Bron and Giannis kind of being top five. Bron is definitely no lower than like 6 or 7. So you got the top three player and the probably the top 6, 7 player in the league on the same team now. So that's gonna be stupendous because a lot of people I'm seeing like they're saying that that's not gonna work. They're too ball dominant, bro. That's an excellent thing. You see how Austin Reeves is having a career year. One thing about basketball that I have learned from playing, especially since I moved to Indiana and playing with white boys, fundamentals gonna put belt to ass every fucking time. No matter how fast you are, no matter how athletic you are, if you play the game the right way, it's gonna always put belt to ass. If you give effort, it's really gonna put belt to ass. But if you play fundamentally sound, look at the San Antonio Spurs, like one of the most fundamentally sound, if not the most fundamentally sound franchise to ever play basketball. They play the game the right way. That's the culture that Pop instilled, and they have had a dynasty and a lot of historical runs because of that. So you bringing in Luca, who plays the game the right way, is a all around leader. Even though he has not led a team to a title, the fact that he's 25 years old and he has the resume that he has is crazy. It's crazy to even fathom why the Dallas Mavericks would even ponder trading him at this point of his career, because it's just he hasn't even really touched the surface, which is saying like if he was to stop playing basketball right now, he's a Hall of Famer with no ring, with no NBA ring. I think he got a title in l- the Lithuania League and stuff like that, but he has international rings, international MVPs, and he's already carved out a Hall of Fame career without even winning a title. He has been an All NBA player 5 straight years, and he's been in the league about 5 or 6 years. That's unheard of. That's unheard of to be that out the gate as like equivalent to Magic Johnson winning Finals MVP, um, and a ring in his first year as a player. That's like up there with that type of achievement, shit that you probably won't ever see again, or the type of points that Brian got 40K and counting, like shit that you is not going to get touched in no time soon, not in this lifetime. So it behooves me that you got that, you know, and you trade that. Crazy work. I'm seeing a lot of oh, Luca out of shape, this, that, and third. He can be out of shape as he wants to, and as long as he putting up those same numbers, he's getting his triple doubles. He's right under 30 points as an average for his career as being out of shape. I okay, fine. And as far as like Dallas, you know, I really, really, really do hate to see AD go, but again, you make this trade. If this was the '90s and let's say a motherfucker said, "I trade you Penny Hardaway for Patrick Ewing," you trade for Patrick Ewing, or Penny for Carl Malone. You trade for Carl Malone, given that era, given that style of basketball that was played. You trade for the big man. You trade, for that type of trade, or even a Scottie Pippen for a Patrick Ewing. If the Bulls were to ask, hey, like if the Knicks called the Bulls, like, hey, you want Patrick Ewing? Yeah, for who? No, just give me Scotty and I don't know, BJ Armstrong. Okay, hell yeah. Him and Mike is crazy. Like, yeah, that's the thought process. Or kind of fast forward, like that's like if um fucking Lakers call um Dallas and said, we'll trade you Shaq for Jason Kidd, or we'll trade you Shaq for Sean Marion. Like motherfuckers not gonna turn that down. Like it's just a no brainer to pair it to mesh with the superstar that we already got. And Brian, even though he's on his way out, um, the man can play another 5 years, and that shit is like there is no worries at this point to even describe the level of dedication that he has to like the game. He personally, I ain't gonna say he on the shit, but I wouldn't be surprised because it's just like the man. It's like he's like a fucking mute, bruh. Like he's a mutant. Like it's just there is no way that him between him and Wilt Chamberlain, there is no greater NBA prospect or athlete to ever touch the basketball. Like I know Mike, I know my boy Tufo, but Wilt and Brian are just different specimens. They're just mythical. Like you would read about them in Marvel or in fucking DC as far as being basketball players, but to pair Luca with Brian is crazy. But to go back to like the Mavericks, you're getting a generational defensive player in AD. You're getting a generational two-way player in AD, but he's gonna be 32. Um, and to mortgage your future on him, and we have seen what has transpired when he matched up with um a Jokic, or he matched up with an Embiid, even though they're not in the same conference, or he even matched up with a Sabonis. You know, like is this AD defensively all time great, without a fucking doubt. But if he's not featured in your offense, or if he kind of is not interested in, like competing offensively, or he's kind of being doubled, and you kind of not running plays to get him open, or he's not gonna kind of like be like ball. He's not gonna be like a Shaq. He's kind of just gonna play within like the offense. But again, defensively, he's him and Wimby, 1A, 1B. As far as his rim protecting, as far as just um making sure that you don't come to this paint. The ultimate help side defender. Now he probably gonna play his natural position in Dallas now. Now that he's in Dallas, but he can play the 5 too. But they probably gonna have Gafford and him out there. Or I wouldn't be surprised once Lively get back healthy. It's a AD Lively front court, which is shit. Like that's tough. That's tough. That's a tough out. But again, there's ways to neutralize AD within the flow of the game. But um, he's still AD. He's still the best rim protector, the best defender in the league, in my opinion. No shade to Wemby, because he's like probably this time next year I'll probably be saying Wemby's the best defender hands down, because he's definitely, even though he's in year 2, he's definitely knocking on that door and trying to have a word with Mr. Davis about who's the best defender hands down. But I feel like A- AD still got that title for now. For now, even though Wimby's have had eight block games, 5 block games, but it's just he just got in. But probably this time next year, I'll be like, hey, without a doubt now, Wimby. But and then I hate that Max, kind of was a casualty at war. We re-signed him during the off season, and he, just cracked the starting 5, and he's been playing extremely well. His last game as a Laker against the Knicks, he played phenomenal. Was crucial on guarding Jalen Bronson, and just doing all the little shit, making his shots, defending. He's a gritty player. Dallas would love him. He's a gritty 3-and-D player. I hate that we got rid of him as he was kind of finding like his rhythm, but now he don't have got that pressure of playing so under a microscope. So now he in Dallas, he can kind of just become, you know, a very good player. I definitely wish him the best in Dallas. And then Jalen Hood Shafino, I just hate how we kind of didn't give him a real look. We didn't give him real minutes. He played garbage minutes. He didn't play under him at all. Um, and then once Reddick got there, he played pretty solid in preseason, but he didn't get any real burn. And they kind of once they kind of waived his team option, he was on the shelf for until he got traded. And that's unfair to him, but that's the nature of like the business of basketball. Um, they draft you and have really no need for you, or they're kind of just playing like your face and play you to the left and shit like that. That shit is lame. I don't know why like they do that. Because we could have got Cam Whitmore or anybody else. For what we kind of just wasted a pick. We could have just traded like that pick or drafted another player and gave some shine to him. But that's how I feel about it in like the surface of it. Now, as far as like on the court fit, um, it's trouble both ways because like I just said, a lot of people are saying, oh, you got three ball dominant players now with Reeves, Luka, and Bron. Who's gonna have the ball? It's interchangeable. It's interchangeable. I know people probably kind of like still shell shocked by that Westbrook trade. Now, I'm gonna say this about that. Luka is not Westbrook, and Westbrook is not Luka. They're both all time great point guards. Probably they're both probably in the top 10 greatest point guards of all time. Um, but here's the difference. Luka know how to play under control. Luka know how to control a game. Like he know how to draw attention without attacking downhill and going 1,000 miles per hour and turning the ball over. He know how to finagle um and finagle and control the whole play. Finagle and control the whole um offense and get the defense to really break down. I watched I want to say one video. I forgot the name of the basketball channel, but the guy does great oh, it's basketball breakdown. I think that's what it's called. But he was showing plays of like the sets that the Lakers run, but now you throw in Luca, and just like the horn set or just like a normal pick and roll or pick and pop or like um uh uh a dump down low to LeBron in a post or Luca in a post, that's ridiculous. Like you really gonna have to just think about, okay, damn, what do I do now? Like, do I just sit in the double and then they both in the because either way, somebody's open or somebody's cutting because now you got two players that can just work you to death in the post. And we're not even talking about downhill. We're not even talking about in transition. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the two man game, pick and pop, pick and roll. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. Like it's just I, I don't care who you got as your rim protector. Like even if let's say you got AD rotating, you got a Wimby rotating, you got a Bam rotating, a reaction is gonna happen. Rui gonna be open. AI gonna be open. D DK gonna be open. So it's just the driving kicks are gonna be ridiculous. And like Luka, again, he know how to manipulate the offense, and he's just like Jokic. He's 2 or 3 plays ahead already. And same thing with Brian. You got two masterminds on the same team. That's dirty work. That's dirty work. And like Luka's in his prime. It's not like Westbrook, where I think Westbrook was probably what, like 31, 32, like around like the same age as AD. And he was not trying to buy into his role. He was not trying to be the sixth man. He was not trying to just play off of LeBron. He wanted to still be Westbrook of 2012 or Westbrook of 2015. Like, and he could not lessen his game so that he can win a title. Luka can be the man. He can be, because he's in his prime. So he can be the best player, which he should be the best player on his team, without a doubt. And he can be, the man. We can run everything through him, and then can play off him. AI can play off him. Like, and then you saw how Lively was just, going crazy. So hopefully Jackson Hayes could kind of have a similar resurgence, because that pick and roll gonna be crazy too. And then he already got chemistry with Dodo. So that 2-man game. So it's some it's some man, it's some wrinkles that JJ finna cook up in the kitchen. Now to Dallas, off rip, the 2-man game between Kyrie and AD is going to be a nightmare for anybody, because they both can run a pick and pop. Even though AD's streaky, he can, like, you still gotta respect his 3 ball. And just the live threat that Kyrie got. Even though Kyrie's not the same passer as Luka, and I'm not real sure who's their backup point guard. I'm not really paying attention to like Dallas like that, but um their backup point guard, situation. That's my biggest thing with Dallas. Like, now their backup point probably would be Spencer Dinwiddie. But they do have a formidable team without a doubt. Kyrie, Spencer Dinwiddie, Clay, PJ, Gafford, AD, Lively. I think they got Exum still, and then you got Hardy. So that's a formidable team. But again, I'm not, like, those are like that's the rotation. I don't know the end of like the bench like that. Like I know like the Lakers, like the end of like the bench. I don't know who's the backup point for Dallas. But um I don't, cause and I'm gonna kind of segue into Mr. Aniko, motherfucking the GM of the Mavs, man. Oh man, that man, hey, I had told motherfuckers that motherfucker better hire security, because the fans are livid. The fans are mad than a motherfucker. You can tell like the disdain that Jason Kidd had in like that press conference. Um, and yeah, yeah, let's talk about that shit. This whole trade in general, too. Um, from what everybody's reporting, nobody's saying this coming clearly, because it's happening at the wee hours of the night. But just the fact that the GM of the fucking Dallas Mavericks just kept it from everybody. Like, even Mark Cuban, the owner, both. Yeah, because I thought Mark Cuban was the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. So I guess there's another majority owner, the governor of the Dallas Mavericks. He, like, he kind of entertained that, like, hey, what if we traded for Luka, and like they laughed at him. But yet, and still, you still traded the man. Like, me personally, that would have been the last thing you did, bro. Like, that's not okay. We accept that trade, but bro, you're gone. Like, cause he kept everybody in the dark from what these reports are saying. And like, I know you shouldn't believe everything that you hear, but even from his press conference, he was saying, yeah, we believe in this, we believe in that. But he was saying that all um, because like the reporter asked him, pretty much are you and Jason Kidd aligned? Ooh, like why do you discuss him? Ooh, and like pretty much he was saying like he's with whatever I'm with, pretty much, kind of speaking for him, and he's sitting right next to him, and he was saying, "Oh, only time would tell if this work out. Only time would, bro. What? Like it's just it's like if I was a Mavs fan, bro, and like I seen like the video, motherfuckers was outside of America Airline Arena, sell the team. Man, that's crazy. That's Katie Charlie for real. Then let me let me segue to like why the man is incompetent for making this deal. Because let me bring up some recent blockbuster trade. The Paul George trade, the trade that landed him to be in LA, right? This is what the Clippers got. Paul George, end of list. Okay? End of list, right? This is what the Thunder got. Shea, SGA, the MVP of this season. Gallinari, Miami Heat's 2021 unprotected first rounder that became Trey Mann. The Clippers 2022 unprotected first rounder that became Jalen Williams, who's an all-star this year. Rights to the 2023 first round swap with the Clippers. The Clippers 2024 unprotected first rounder. Heat's 2025 protected first rounder for picks 1 through 14, unprotected for 2026. Rights to 2025 first round swap with Clippers. Clippers 2026 unprotected first rounder. Like, bruh, finagle. For real. Like, Thunder's finagled the Clippers ass, bruh. And like, this is my kind of just like out of all things, right? That you could have gotten for Luka. And I'm kind of speaking for the upset motherfucking Dallas fans because you cannot be more incompetent than the GM of the Dallas Mavericks. I've seen a video where motherfucker said like this is malpractice. Yes, of epic proportions because you don't trade a top three player, top five at the very fucking least for your first initial offer. You gotta scavenge. You gotta hear everybody out. If this is what you really want to do, if this is what you really want to do, if you really want to move forward with conviction and with certainty and with okay, all eyes are on the chip, you have to hear all 29 other teams out before you fire that motherfucking gun. Motherfucker said, okay, we just want AD and Max Christie, and then first rounder that we gonna probably flip. Okay, like they didn't like you could have got. Let's say you could have called motherfucking Golden State. You could have got Kaminga. You could have got Jackson something. I forgot the center name. The you could have got a bunch of shit. You could have got Gary. You could have got Gary Payton the second. You could have called um the Rockets. You could have got Jabari Smith Jr. You could have got Fred Van Vliet. Um, you could have got probably even Shengun. You could have asked for Jabari Smith Jr. and Jalen Green pairing. You could have called the Magic, uh asked for Pablo Van Caro. You could have asked for Frez Wagner. You could have asked for Wendell Carter. You could have asked for what's Greg and Cole. You could have asked for Cole Anthony. Like there's so many other teams you could have motherfucking traded with. Hey, we'll gladly take him. We'll gladly take him off your hands if you really don't want him that bad. Talking about some all because he's overweight. bullshit. You was just like you just like either Rod motherfucker put that bug in his ear and tricked him out of his position because I don't see a scenario where he's the GM after this season if they fail to make the playoffs because they just got their ass whooped by the Cavs by 43. So and I get motherfuckers, got traded, they roster, woo, 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 but y'all on win now mode, right? Like I'm not saying like y'all supposed to come out and just win every game moving forward now that y'all got AD and Max Christie, but y'all should not be getting whooped like that. By 40 fucking three, I can see by like 10, 15 points, but y'all got belt the ass. Belt the ass. And if y'all serious about winning a title, y'all gotta go through the Cavs if y'all make it to the finals to win the title. Cause I'm pretty sure between it's only probably for three, well, probably four teams that can make it out the East: Boston, Knicks, Bucks, and Cavs. That's it. But like that's a team that more than likely, if not Boston, probably the Cavs, because those are like my two teams that's probably gonna come out the East and probably gonna be in the conference finals that you have to beat. And you getting your ass whipped by 43 is crazy. So is this I don't see the logic in it. Yes, you get a generational two-way talent that's 32 years old versus a once in a generational talent. And they're both Hall of Famers. They're both all NBA, but Luka is 25. And he has at least, man, God willing, another about 12 to 15 years left in the league. AD got 5 years, if that. He got like 5 years. So you traded away 12, and trust me, I struggle with math to this day. But the last time I checked, a 12 to 15-year window is much greater than a 3 to maybe 4, 5 max year window. You would think, but like you said, defense wins championships. Only time will tell, and I will be judged then. All right, 10-4, big dog. 10-4, big dog. For real, because man, hey, motherfuckers waiting in line to put that belt. For real. Finna open up that can. For real. Cause like it's just I don't get the thought process. I really don't. Like again, I get it. As far as just okay, at least you got AD. At least you got him. But as far as just like you don't trade a top three player in his prime. That's like Lakers trading Kobe in 2008 or 2007 or even 2006 when he scored 81. Even though he did ask for a trade. And that's another thing. They asked him too, and this is probably the most mind-blowing thing. They asked this nigga, did Luka or anybody in his camp give you any indication that he was not going to sign? I mean, no, but he's in a contract year, and he don't want to leave nothing to chance. Like, bro, like, nah, gang, G, hey, hey, I would have got that motherfucker up out of there for real, G. Like, that's that. Hey, pack your shit, bro. We accept everything that you did here, bro. But yeah, yeah. Your services are no longer needed, bro. Like, cause you didn't mortgage the whole. You didn't fucked it up. You didn't fucked it up. You didn't fucked it up. That's what happened. That's what happened because you got two players that have not won nothing dolo. Um, Both won titles with the help and the assistance of LeBron James, and that's the irony that they're Kyrie and AD are teammates now, and they're the running mates. Well, the last two titles with LeBron. The irony of that, right? But it's just the fact being Dolo, none of them. You think of Boston. You think of the Cavs when Brian left, or even Brooklyn. Kyrie didn't like take them to the finals. Well, Did he go to the finals with Boston? I think he did. I think he did go to the finals with Boston. No, no, nah, no. He didn't. He didn't. He didn't. No, he didn't. Um, but yeah, like didn't do anything dolo. And then AD was in New Orleans putting up crazy stats and not barely not making the playoffs or getting belt the ass in first round. So I don't think that, you know, this this move puts them close to a title. And then coming off a finals run, a final a finals appearance, and you trade away the best player that led you to the finals, again, it's malpractice. It's malpractice. That's the only thing this is. This is malpractice. This is something that really should be studied. This is something that's going to be remembered forever. You know, and then he probably might go down as the worst GM ever. But as as he said, only time will tell. It's tenfold, big dog. That is true. Only time will tell. But um, kind of in like closing, I would say it's a win-win for both sides, but both sides gave up something and both sides lost something. So in that scenario, in that sense, you could say it's a win-win on both sides, but it's more of a win for my Lakers because you get a top three player and a generational talent, in Luka Doncic, pairing with in his prime still at fucking 40 years old, in his prime LeBron still, but on the way out the door, you know, Brian, and you got a cornerstone. You got a marquee global sensation that you're gonna put asses in seats for many moons because Luca not going nowhere unless he acts to be traded. And when it comes to LA, superstars have to walk away or just get it to a point to where you get backdoored or we kind of hit a crossroads like Shaq and Kobe. Like, well, okay, well now we gotta move. We gotta pick a like a player that, or they just walk like a Dwight Howard, or they retire and they're a Laker legend like Magic, Kobe, and Kareem. You know, so only time will tell. Like Nico said, but I do see probably not this season, but what is it, 2025? Probably about 2027, no later than 2028. Lakers should be champions again. You know, because Brian will be gone. We may land a Giannis. We may land a Embiid. We may even, and if this happens, we may even land a Nikola Jokic now. If that happens, what? Hey, what Kanye say? Can't tell me nothing. For real, for real. Lakers and foul. For real, for real. Nah, hey, if they land Jokic, Lakers and foul. For real, in my Bubba Dub voice, for real, for real. Like then I'll be through the roof. Like I'll be through the roof. Like as my old man would say, say your best bitch. For real. Cause like if that happens, it's a done data. For real, for real. But I'm excited. You know, I can't wait to see how this shapes moving forward and what's to come, you know, in Laker land and Laker Nation. But that's all that I got, man. Um, yeah, crazy time to be a ABA fan, but yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm happy that I can bring y'all this content. I love doing these type of videos, and I got more great content coming. But Until next time, man. This is DJ Scotty 2 Dottie signing off. Y'all be safe out there, man. Peace.